Okay, so global data download has officially hit with the maintenance ending, and there are some things we do want to cover here. First and foremost, I just want to provide you guys possibly further updates on the standby. It doesn't look like there's any other information about the standby here. Again, from what we know, there's a new, some standby still. I can't speak. Some standby skill functions were added there, so I'm not 100% sure if this is new or not. I believed it could be lead to like a new type of standby, but we'll see, right? Because from what I recall, standby stuff were like already implemented in global previously. They're in the global database, so this is something new that's added to it that JP doesn't have. JP will likely get these functions tomorrow on the data download, so we'll wait and see. Maybe by the end of the video there could be more stuff, so I guess just keep in mind, just check at the end of the video, I guess. But yeah, so we're going to talk about the actual global data download itself. One important thing I want to mention is that they actually put the 8th anniversary stuff in the assets, obviously all untranslated like normal. So they have all the 8th anniversary assets in there, just kind of waiting there for the anniversary to begin. That obviously is still in what, 2 months from now, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 months, 3 months from now, or something like that, is when the anniversary actually does begin. So they're just in there ahead of time, just to kind of be there, I guess. Global always puts stuff in there ahead of time. I guess it just makes it easier on their end, so all they have to do is like put the translated information instead of like the translated information and that, right? But one extra thing, because of long maintenance global pairs, you guys are getting 3 stones here, and on top of that, you can run the game normally on iOS 16 now. However, anything before iOS 12 is no longer supported. Adjusted user interface and fix some bugs. I'm not sure if there's anything else there. Again, I'll take a look at Twitter real quick right before the video ends, and we'll get a good idea there. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So we're just gonna talk about, I guess, the units that we know are upcoming here, which are all these upcoming World Tournament units. And I think the Gotenks, are they already in game right now? Let me double check here. Um, uh, yeah, the Gotenks are already in game right now, so you could actually go in and easy the Gotenks already, which is good. That you could just go in and easy them already. I guess I'll just talk about them real quick. They're nothing special. They should have been out during scene. I don't know why, but like, they're just, I don't know. They're just not providing you anything special to the team. Like, oh, but this is nice easy passive. Like, this guy wants physical key spheres, but like he doesn't create them. And I don't know, what unit is gonna be used with them to create them. Like, he's a hybrid Saiyan, so I guess they're like, oh, run him in the God Goku team. I couldn't tell you. This Tech Gotenks is a little better. He does basically the same exact thing, just slight differences, but he does only need just any key spheres, right? So that's much better than requiring 4 keys, physical key spheres, especially since he wants 4 more physical key spheres to get this buff, which I feel like would be pretty, useful for him. But yeah, these guys aren't like supporting. They're not really doing anything special. No dodge. They just kind of have crit, and they, I guess this guy does debuff right here, and this guy does have a high chance of stun, which could be useful in certain like burst modes and stuff. But that's really it. They're kind of mediocre. But some of these World Tournament units are actually quite good. And I feel like this is still technically the best easier World Tournament badge, even compared to the one that JP just got here. So just to break down Int LR Piccolo, very, very good easy A free to play unit for sure. The issue with this guy though is that he wants a Gohan Kid on rotation. That way he could have the guard in first slot, and the extra defense is quite important. Now, Gohan Kid right now in the global version of the game isn't really that great. I mean, if we take a look here, I'll just bring up the disambiguation of Gohan on the wiki. And Gohan Kid, there's not a good unit yet. So you guys are kind of stuck. Like, you could use the EGO Gohan, he's fine. But, like, none of them else are runnable. And even this guy's, like, barely, like, really runnable. So that's an issue for running this Piccolo. Honestly, for him, he's kind of just like, because he came out right before the anniversary in GP, or technically he was supposed to, but he came out during the anniversary in GP when we got this LR Carnival Gohan. This is definitely like the unit that this Piccolo is designed to be working with, but you're not gonna have him on global until what, July, right? So it's just not great for you guys on global right now for this Piccolo. I mean, like, you could probably get away with using them, but yeah, it's whatever. When did they come out? They come out on the 20th, right? I'll probably have to do. I need to do actually separate videos on these guys still. I probably will knock those out by this weekend for sure. There's just like a gajillion videos to record. Goodness gracious. And I have to. Why did I say goodness gracious? What the hell? But there's so much to do. Well, I guess I'll just talk about that later. But talking about these world tournament units here, I think this Goku's quite solid. He's not like anything like special, but I think he can get the job done for you as a support unit. Legendary Existence doesn't really have a good leader right now, but I think that they made this guy again with the mind that God Goku's out, because if we take a look at Legendary Existence and then just all allies, I guess, right? Again, physical God Goku came out very strong. I think this Beerus is solid. This STR God Goku's solid, right? You know, Attack God Goku's still really good in a lot of situations. There's some of these units here, and eventually a lot of these units can get an easy A. I mean, if we get an LR Demon King Piccolo part 2 of like this Golden Week celebration, if it is like 23rd Budokai, that could be really good. If this guy gets an easy A, right, you know, this Goku support could be helpful for this, you know, smaller team. But this team would need to get a new leader in the future, and we don't know when that could happen. His defense can get pretty solid, right? Enough to where he could tank certain bosses' normals, but I want to anticipate to take him into like Metal Cooler Core, and then he double-digit tanks every single normal, even after he super attacks. Maybe if you get a double super with the double greatly raised defense, but yeah, this Goku's solid though. I think he is fine, right? He's actually good. Overall, compared to like to other free-to-play units, I think he is useful for sure. Next we have this AGL Bardock, again very similar to the Goku. I think he can be quite useful. He builds up stats right here, and then he also again has that 50% attack and defense raise for the turn. The difference with him is that he's specifically AGL and STR types key through in 50% attack support, and then he has super effective against all types. I think this Bardock and this Goku, from what I've seen and like you played with them a little, they're very similar in terms of their overall stats, I believe. But I don't know, I might like the Goku a little better, because it's like, you know, this Goku, his support is just overall I think gonna be stronger, because there's the all allies portion right there, and then this is not too bad, right? While this Bardock is like, he has the super effective, but that doesn't really matter. His support is only attack and key. I mean, I would really love to have defense there, but maybe that's being a little nitpicky. He's good though, for sure. I think the Bardock is getting another pretty solid unit overall. He can help you in a lot of different situations, and you know, AGO and STR types obviously are very, very strong. So you could definitely take advantage of this guy's support in a couple of different teams, right? So I think it's good that, you know, again, we are getting these support units that can be ran in different red zone stages. I guess one issue is like, you know, with this guy, you could run him against Broly and he'll be looking pretty good, right? Because he will have type advantage, right, as an AGL boss. Whereas this guy, there's not really a strong STR boss like that that's on the level of those like red zone bosses. So this Bardock doesn't really have like a boss you can kind of put him in there like, okay, you know, I can run this Bardock, get that 50% support, and we're good, right? But I think they're on the same level-ish. This Gohan though, he's kind of built different. He is a 50% support for AGL tech and physical types as a third attacker in the turn, which you're going to run this guy as a third attacker. He gets this nice defensive buff. He stacks defense permanently. He has this 40% multiplicative buff right there. So this guy's good. His defense gets really high really quick. He's able to tank basically, and most bosses' normal attacks in the game, he is actually able to tank. Even Sin Shenron, if you're able to get lucky with this guy's stacks, you can tank Sin Shenron's normals. Given he's in the third slot and gets this extra defensive buff, he might want to super attack first, so the Sin Shenron AoEs could definitely do damage to him. But if he does super first, the Sin Shenron AoEs, I remember they did damage to him, but once he gets this off and then gets some stacks in as well during those turns, then he is able to actually tank Sin Shenron normals for double digits, which is very impressive for a free-to-play unit. I think this guy's great, just incredible. Don't really have to talk about him much. I will do a video on him against Red Zone. These two, maybe like a weaker Red Zone, like this guy against the Frieza Red Zone, maybe. We'll see. STR Kid Goku, solid. But that's really it. I mean, he just wants to be against multiple enemies, and that just kind of isn't it right now. Like in Super Battle, this guy could be really good. The Gamma fight, he could be solid, but especially with physical Kid Goku existing, not much I have to say there. This guy sucks. This is okay, right? But he gets no defense on super attack. He gets no multiplicative buffs. No, actually, no. This is a multiplicative buff here, right? But his stats are so low, right? 7,300 defense is awful. It's like genuinely terrible defense level. Like, this is not acceptable for a defensive level there. And no defensive super attack right there really, really hurts this guy really badly. And then, like, he wants a World Tournament category ally attacking the same turn. I mean, yeah, even with this active, it's just not enough because his defense is so low. Maybe when the World Tournament team again gets really, really good now with this upcoming celebration, this guy could be a little better, but he should have just stacked defense. Like, if it was stacking defense, like potential to quad super there, he goes like twice as good, like three times as good even. But I guess they're scared of making him too good. I don't know. I think that's really stupid how they handle this base from Goku, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because, like, the Dokkan Fest is probably just going to be this Goku anyways. Like, unless they rename him Goku Teen somehow, it's going to be the same name. So that's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, that is the global Dokkan data download. Again, we know that the skills are coming here. Okay, it seems like we have more information. We got a power Dandan Kokoryoka. Okay, that's cool. So it seems like the anniversary stuff, like the actual anniversary background music, is going to be there. So that's really good. Obviously, we know that this played during the anniversary for JP. So it's good to see that they were likely going to play on the global version for the anniversary. But that seems to be it there. Again, let me double check the timeline and make sure there's like nothing else I missed that people are talking about here. But I think we're all good. Yeah, Proton said there's probably no other information on the actual standby skills as well. So we are looking good here. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this data download. Not really too much going on here. Enjoy your 3 stones, I guess. The World Tournament is in like a few days, so have fun. And of course, I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.